I'd like to call this, the January 23rd meeting to order. Roll call.
Ms. Nazario?
Here.
Ms. Washington here. Mr. Ballard?
Here.
Mr. Sturgill?
Here.
Mr. Ferguson?
Here.
Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Recognition of visitors.
Yes, we have a visitor, Amanda Kubicki. Stand up. Can you share why you're here? Can you share why you're here? Why you're here? Sorry? Oh, Pam Gladys, about the mask on, I recognize no one. True story, couldn't tell who my son was once. Yeah.
Good evening, Board, Madam President. So today I brought two of our wonderful art teachers with us today, and we wanted to talk a little bit about the Scholastic Art Show. The Scholastic Art Show was our students' first exhibition this year since we've expanded the fine arts programming. And actually, this is our best showing. We've had 47 pieces in here from our students. They did a fantastic job. This year they are getting classes like ceramics and photography and multiple drawing classes. That's your student? Okay. And so they have really been able to expand what they're learning in the classrooms and really expand their talents in arts, and they're developing really great portfolios. And so this Scholastic Art Show is our first time where our students have had their art on display. The art's on display at the Soccer Center at Lorain County Community College, and it will be on display until February the 16th. Now, the Scholastic Art Show is the longest running, most prestigious program for creative minds in our country. So this goes across the entire country where students can really get to the visual and literary arts and kind of show their skills. So I would bring the teachers up and our students, they can talk a little bit about what they've done this year. You got it? There you go. You just use the clicker.
Okay, wonderful. All right, so I'm going to read my little spiel, and then we'll look at all these amazing slides. Hello, everyone. I'm Amanda Kubicki. I'm the art teacher at Southview Middle School. Thank you for having me here tonight to celebrate the art achievements of our Titan family. This is my 18th year as a teacher and my 4th in Lorain. I was previously employed at one of Lorain's biggest competitors for 12 years. Yes, I defected from a charter school to join this amazing family, and I am so very glad that I did.
Thank you for that.
Wonderful.
I can say from personal experience, we are doing some amazing things with our new arts expansion. I was on the team that pushed these initiatives, and I am so pleased with my personal experience. Giving students choice is a very big deal. I am currently teaching students who want to take my class, and that is something I have not had in my 18 years as a teacher. In my personal experience, I have cut discipline problems down to almost nothing. Yes, you heard me correctly. I have little to no discipline problems in my classes. Officer Gonzalez can vouch for that, and they're right, Gonzo. I do believe that this is because of our new initiative. I am better able to fulfill the needs of my students. I also believe because of their choice, this was my most successful year to date with the Scholastic Art Show. Now, Lisa went over this a little bit, but just a little background too. Scholastic has been an art show since 1923 for students the ages of 13 and older, but it's mainly geared towards high school. In fact, my 80-year-old father competed in Scholastic as a high school student and still has his gold keys. My husband also competed in Scholastic and made it to the national competition when he was in high school, and his artwork was on display in Washington, D.C. for a year and then later purchased by a state senator. Yes, my whole family is artists. The students in Scholastic are eligible to move to the state and the national level. There, they receive many scholarships. So this is a very prestigious national art show and very rewarding. In our region this year, they had over 1,600 entries. Only a third were accepted. Lorain schools had 47 entries accepted in the show. That's more than the last 3 years combined.
Nice job.
This year, I personally had 26 entries in Scholastic Art Show. That's more than any other middle school in our division, including 4 gold keys, or 4 of the 6 gold keys awarded to a middle school student, and 1 from GJW, and the student is here. That's a big deal. Lorain also had the only 7th grade gold key winner in our whole region. That means we have middle school artists competing against high schools and holding their own, and I believe that is truly amazing. Our students competed against schools like Lake Ridge Academy, Avon Lake, Firelands, Sandusky, Vermilion, and many others. We will continue to be successful with the support of everyone in this room. Our arts expansion is something that we should all be commended for, and I thank each of you for your support on this monumental endeavor. Thanks. So where's my little thing? So now on to the fun stuff. Here's the artwork. Lorain High School had 3 silver keys, 9 honorable mentions. Some of these awards were for ceramics, for drawing, digital, and painting. General Johnny Wilson and Pam Galinas and her student, I'm sorry, Brianna? Brianna, and that's her self-portrait. Awesome. Longfellow, 6 silver keys, 5 honorable mentions. And I'll tell you this, the middle school portion of Scholastic is almost all Lorain students.
Wow. Very cool.
Southview, 4 gold keys, 8 silver keys, and 14 honorable mentions. Some of these students you'll see more than once. This is the 7th grader who is the youngest student to receive a gold key. He doesn't always look like that. Also, all 4 of the students who had gold keys from, at least from Southview, will be put in the process to get identified as gifted in the visual arts.
That's very nice.
Some of the other art that we have at too is photography. We were able to get digital cameras this year and use them for photography. So that's a whole other level of art that we've been able to put in the running this year, which is awesome.
Yeah, the photography and digital art is brand new. It's not something we've
Yes,
ever had.
we've never had it before.
Like middle school or high school before.
This particular student had all 5 entries that I put in or submitted were all accepted. And that's it. Thank you so much for all of your support, and I really appreciate all the hard work that our art teachers do and all of the awesome support we're getting. Thank you.
And I just want to say thanks as well to you and your teammates back there for your leadership, your talent, and for you providing an opportunity for our kids to experience something they otherwise wouldn't have. So just, yeah, keep making it happen. Yeah, that was just beautiful. Thank you.
Could I ask the students that were awarded things to please stand and be recognized? They're trying to hide.
Beginning of something very special. So thank you.
So for my own clarity, was this the same program that we see last year? I think the kids were at the airport, some of their drawings and paintings. Is this the same group of, please?
No, that's a completely different show. Our kids
Wow.
have their art, it's displayed at the airport as well. That's a different art show. You'll be seeing that later on this year when they actually make a submission call for that one and we submit some art for that. So that's a completely different show.
Well, I know complete strangers are flying into Cleveland. I was grabbing them saying, hey, these are our kids,
Yeah.
right? So that was kind of pretty, that was very cool.
So Scholastic it goes by division and region. And then all those artworks get sent to Columbus. And if they win at Columbus, so the gold keys get sent to Columbus. If they win at Columbus, then they go to our national show. The Cleveland Hopkins International Art Show, I had 14 entries in that one last year that are currently up for a year. That's an international art show
Yes.
where students from all over Ohio can compete against each other to have artworks on display where over 5.6 million people will get to view their artwork when they come in and out of Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. There's also, right now, my students are working on the Toni Morrison poster contest. That's through the Lorain Library, so I like contests.
Very good, thank you. You're doing a great job, thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.
so much.
Dr. Graham?
Yes, sir.
May I? Amanda, you spoke to choice and like the first time in 18 years where kids wanted to be
Oh, it's wonderful.
in your class. As a former principal of General Johnny Wilson, where we had to repeat electives the fourth quarter because we didn't have enough. I want to thank all the teachers that supported this, but I also want to thank the board for approving the expenditures that come along with this, because this isn't a cheap expenditure by any stretch to give our students the opportunity to see themselves in our school, but it's priceless. And I want to thank you for your courageous leadership on doing so, because it matters, and it's hugely important. It's important to our students, it's important to our community. We have great talent, and it's time to continue to spotlight that as we prove that we are capable of governing ourselves and leading with vision and a look into the future. So I want to thank the board for supporting this along the way. Thank you.
And if I could just real quick, on April 20th, we're going to have our first ever integrated arts show. So April 20th, we're the very, very early stages of planning it, but it'll be the all-city art show. But we're also going to have some performances from our high school dance club, we'll have some ensembles from choir and band, and then we'll also have some songs to preview the musical, to spotlight drama as well. So the all-city art show will be the main draw, but we'll also integrate our other arts, into that, starting April and going forward thereafter as well.
I love that we're giving kids opportunities that they wouldn't normally,
Never
they
would have
wouldn't
had 'em.
normally get until they're getting those, or they wouldn't normally try. My 7th grader just got dance this quarter and was dreading it. After the first day, she was so excited and loved it. So it's that we're just giving them those opportunities for things that,
Yep.
In a previous position, I had an opportunity to be in Ms. Kavicki's art room when it was crowd control. And we were looking for places just to put kids that didn't want to be there. And it was very much different, and I'm glad that she's still with us after that experience.
You know what? The art room is, I've always jokingly said the art room is the land of misfit toys. And every kid needs a place, and some place that makes them feel special, and that subject in school that makes them want to come to school. And even the kids who necessarily didn't want to take my class the last couple of years, I won them over eventually. But now it's just flying through, and kids are happy, and I'm happy that they're happy, so we get to do so much more, and it's really a blessing.
Again, thanks for making it happen. Our
Thank
kids
you.
deserve this. Thank you.
Both of you, yes.
first hearing on the public. Approve the January 9th meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
That happened way too fast for me. I wasn't ready. Can we do
Go ahead,
that
give it to
again?
Bill and Jay.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Sturgill?
Yes.
Mr. Ferguson,
Yes.
Mrs. Nazario,
Yes.
Mrs. Washington, yes. Mr. Ballard.
Yes.
All right.
Any old business? None. Reports and recommendation of the treasurer.
I would like to ask for approval for 8.01 through 8.05.
So moved. Support.
Mr. Sturgill,
Yes.
Mr. Ballard,
Yes.
Mrs. Nazario,
Yes.
Ms. Washington, yes. And Mr. Ferguson.
Yes.
Reports and recommendation of the superintendent, personnel matters.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like the board to consider for approval items 9.01 to 9.06, personnel matters.
So moved.
Support.
Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Ballard,
Yes.
Mr. Ferguson,
Yes.
Mrs. Nazario,
Yes.
Ms. Washington, yes. And Mr. Sturgill.
Yes.
I'd like the board to consider for approval items 10.01 to 10.08, operation matters.
So moved.
Support. Support.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Ms. Washington, yes. Mr. Sturgill,
Yes.
Mrs. Nazario,
Yes.
Mr. Ballard,
Yes.
and Mr. Ferguson.
Yes.
And if I'm not mistaken, I'd also like to request an executive session. Is that right, Mr. Giardini? Okay, executive session
Joe?
after board meeting to discuss legal matters.
Anything else?
That's all I have. Nope, thanks.
Any new business?
Question.
Yes.
I know that we have an eclipse event coming up this spring. Have we looked at the calendar and are we?
Next.
I think it's next
Next
spring.
spring.
Is it next spring?
24th.
Okay.
And we'll adjust our calendar accordingly.
Okay.
On April 8th or something? I believe?
Something like that. Yeah, I knew it was in the back of my mind.
No, thank you. We're still working on that calendar.
Any committee reports? Second hearing of the public? Seeing none. Our next meeting will be February 13th at 5 here in the LCC building. And I need a motion to go into executive session for
Legal matters.
legal matters.
So move.
Support.
Roll call.
Mr. Ferguson,
Yes.
Mr. Ballard,
Yes.
Mrs. Nazario,
Yes.
Ms. Washington, yes. Mr. Sturgill.
Yes.
Will we be having any action when we come out?
No.
Just for the people that are here?
Yes.